Jeremy, when I think of Jeremy Irons, I can't imagine you in a rock band playing the drums.
You can't?
Yes, but let's go back to the Sherborne School and your days in a rock band.
Yes. Well, we have to go that far back to it. It's a pretty horrendous thought. We were called the Four Pillars of Wisdom. I was very keen. Lawrence of Arabia had made a big impression on me, and we would wear Arab headdresses, and we looked great. I didn't have my own drums, so I would have to borrow other people's, and we would play. We would practice during, it was a boarding school, practice during the term, which was great. Let off steam, and then in the holidays we go and earn the money around the sort of dances, you know. And I was a little irresponsible still, I mean even then. And I remember one day I couldn't find any drums. Everybody, the people I borrowed drums from, they were all using them. So I turned up to this house, and we were being paid a fortune in those days. It was something like £20 for the evening. And I had to raid the ladies' kitchen. I said, "What have you got that's hittable?" And I was getting big saucepans and just, and and then I progressed on to the guitar and dropped the drums.
You know, walking around the streets of New York, you see a lot of street musicians, people playing guitars out front of movie theaters.
Yeah.
When you see that, does that make you think of your time doing that in front of London movie
It does,
houses?
and I love seeing them. I mean, whether they be playing guitars or trumpets or the harp or anything, it's wonderful. Doesn't it liven up the street? I mean, I think these people should be paid by the city council, not by people passing by putting one into the hat. It makes life so much nicer.
Now, turning to this film, I have a friend who broke her foot a few weeks ago, so I've been carrying her a lot up and down flights of stairs, and she's quite small. It's very, very difficult. Now, you carry Meryl Streep in this film, and I know she's a bit bigger than my friend. When you read that you had to do that scene in front of all the crew members, did you suddenly want to go to the gym and start working out some more, or do you feel that was something you
Meryl
could do?
is very light. She's almost bird-like. And I get money for saying that. It was really no effort to pick her up. I'm used to picking up my wife because when she won't do what I ask, I just pick her up and put her where it is I've asked her. But,
Now, in this movie, there's a credit for a dog handler.
You saw that?
Yes, and there are a couple of scenes, and I look, and there's not one, not two, but 3 dogs in the background.
Yeah.
I go, and they're all behaving.
Yeah.
Now, did you have many reservations when you when they had you do that scene?
Not at all. I mean, I'm so glad no one else has seen that credit. That I think was the most exciting part for me of the whole film, the fact that I was dog handler, because these were 3 stray dogs who had wandered onto the set, and who we started feeding, and in fact I started feeding, so that they would stay reasonably near me. But one of them hated all men and would come no nearer than 10 yards of you, so that was difficult. The other one only had 3 legs, and the third one was a puppy who was pretty uncontrollable. So it was very difficult, and Barnum and Bailey have nothing on the sort of work I had to do to get those dogs looking as real as they do. And they move, and they're great, aren't they? Yeah. I think they're the stars of the picture. Yeah. They don't grow older, though. That's the only trouble.
And one quick final question. We're doing a piece on the Oscars. When you attended the Oscars, when you won, you had some interesting footgear, if I remember, socks or shoes.
I wore a pair of black sneakers, that's right.
Okay. And what was the reason for that?
It's a very difficult one. Basically, it's because they keep my feet on the ground in a way that shoes with heels don't. And I feel very connected with where I am, which I think at those occasions is very important.